We should be live. I say we, but... Wait, are we live? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was just taking a second to launch and start. Alrighty. Okay, well, my special guest is not here right now. I apologize. They are currently having some internet troubles, but they should be with us shortly. Anyway, so we're playing Halo the Master Chief Collection. Now, the good question that I'm pretty sure everyone's going to have is, which Halo game are we going to start with? Are we going to start with Reach and start it from the very beginning of the story, like it should be? Or are we going in chronological release and whatnot, where it's like, oh hey, we're going to do Halo Combat Evolved? Or are we just going to go out of nowhere and just pick a game like Halo 4, ODST 3, or 2? Honestly, I'm going to start with what I remember, because essentially this is just nostalgia to me, and we're going to go through Combat Evolved. And this is one that Axtrew is the most familiar with from conversations, so essentially just going to go through some nostalgia together. Apologies, 1 second here. Alrighty. Just posting that I was live. Alright, so... honestly, we are going to start this from the beginning. I could honestly go for the harder difficulties, but this is just being casual, so we're going to go through on normal. Aw, you love to hear that music. Alright, so my icon's gonna disappear here from the video here in a second. The old-fashioned text. I believe... oh wait. Does that not work in this version? No, it doesn't. Because I'm trying to figure out if I can swap the textures here. Yeah, because these are the Halo Reach graphics. Oh wait, my icon's still bouncing around and whatnot.
Cortana, all I need to know is, did we lose them?
I think we both know the
I
answer
believe
to
it's
that.
gone. Yeah, it's gone. Why, Clyde? Why'd you kick me from the call?
We made a blind jump. How did they...
Get here first? The Covenant ships have always been faster. As for tracking us all the way from Reach, at light speed my maneuvering options were limited.
We were running dark, yes?
Until we decelerated,
Yeah, I'm
no
here,
one
I'm here,
could
I'm
have
here.
missed the hole we tore in subspace.
You're good.
Yeah, I can see myself there. Alright, let me see.
They were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
Did you want to view the stream, or did you want me to
So,
share
where do we
this
stand?
directly to
Our
you?
fighters are mopping up the last of the
I don't mind either way. However, it's like easier for you.
But I've isolated approach signatures for multiple
This way should be
CCS
easier
class
for you, so
battle
you get
groups,
to
making
react
3
to it in
capital
live
ships per
time.
group. And in about 90
Okay.
seconds, they'll be all over us.
But hopefully this
Well, that's it then.
doesn't.
Bring the ship back up
break
to
in
Combat
any way.
Alert Alpha. I want everyone at their stations.
Everyone, sir?
Everyone.
If
And Cortana,
This way you can also customize what you hear and see,
let's give our old
and have a
friends
real-time
warm welcome.
look at it,
I've already begun.
or as real-time as can be.
Attention, all combat personnel. Please report
This
to your
looks
action
really good.
station.
Yeah, these
Oh,
are
God.
Reach graphics at this point, I think.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Go ahead and
5th platoon, secure airlocks on deck 11. 14th platoon, rendezvous with 22nd Tactical at Bulkhead Charlie 14.
You heard the lady.
Oh, I
Move
just
like you got a
noticed that.
purpose.
This
Oh
is not
boy.
a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
what's up?
I don't think it likes me sharing it like
It's our
that. Hang
job
on.
to finish what the flyboy started. We are leaving this ship platoon and engaging the Covenant on solid ground. When we meet
do
the
it
enemy, we will
this
rip
way.
their skulls from their spines
'Cause I think
and
it's-
toss them away, laughing.
It was interrupting the
right,
way it
Marine?
was going to the actual stream. And I
Damn
think
right
that's
I am.
because technically I
Oh.
was
Double time.
overdoing
Attention
on
all
Discord
personnel.
going like,
We are
yeah, send this out at
re-engaging the enemy.
1440p, and it's
External
like,
and
no,
internal contact
no,
open.
that's not even what the game is running at, no.
All you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close. This
What?
is gonna
Yeah,
be
that
a
makes
lucky
sense.
day.
That I'm guessing Discord was a little confused as well,
Sure.
or maybe what you're using just
Right. Let's thaw him out. Okay. Bringing low-level systems online. Cracking the case in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
stream.
this does not like this.
He's hot! Blowing the pins in 5.
Because it might be the fact that technically I'm streaming to you and streaming to YouTube, that it's not liking it.
Tube shows green. Cycle complete.
Sorry for the quick thaw, Master Chief. Things are a little hectic right now. The disorientation should pass quickly.
Welcome back, sir. We'll have you battle ready stat.
Yeah, it is.
How long was he
Chief,
asleep?
please look
It
around
is
the room.
not
I need to
liking
get a
me doing
calibration
the
reading for your
dual streaming.
battlesuit's diagnostics.
Just do like the regular stream. Do the regular. I'll watch from there. Don't worry.
No, it's fine now. As soon as I lowered the stuff that you had to, why am I using mouse to look?
Good.
I
Thank
have,
you, sir.
okay, there we
I'm
go.
bringing your health monitors online, sir.
I guess when it came to the cutscene, streaming the cutscene to you, it did not
Vital
like, but as
signs
soon as it
look
came to
normal.
gameplay,
No
it
freezer
loaded
burn.
up like normal fine.
Okay, sir. Go ahead and climb out of the cryo tube.
Oh no, if it does it again, I'll just go back to the stream. But
Okay.
yes, Chungu, I've been streaming. This is the first one in a minute. It's also why I have a From Dread chat, so anything that I do, I just post there.
Oh yeah, you have it from
I
Red
gave you a
Chat. Do
double
people
dose
get
of the wake-up
notifications
stick.
from it?
Take a quick walk around the
They
cryo bay and
do,
join me
but
at the
not
optical
in the sense
diagnostic
of like,
station when you're
because
ready.
I don't want to push on excess like that. I know he encourages it
Yeah,
to like,
that's
yeah,
fair.
just at here everyone, and I'm like, no. If they want to know, they'll have it there. I think I have it set to like whoever's in the server at that point is just at here. But I
Yeah.
never go to the point where
Stand on
it's
the red
like,
square,
let me just
please.
bother
I
everyone
know the
that,
ordnance techs usually
hey,
take care of your target
you know,
in seconds,
excess fans,
but
here's
for
his
short
other
time,
friend.
Chief.
I just feel
Just
like I'd
look
be
at
a
each
dick
of the
at that
flashing
point.
panels to target them. When you lock on, it'll change color. Okay, that looks good.
Sir, I'm getting
Hell,
some
I'm actually been
calibration
trying to do
errors.
something with
I'm going
Ricky
to
that's
invert your
Metro
looking
related,
pitch, so you can see if you'd like it
but
better that
I'm
way.
not sure if
Really?
he's too
Try
interested or
targeting the
not.
flashing lights again.
I don't know much about
Is that better, or
like
should I
how
switch
he
it
does
back?
collabs, but maybe you could get him to try. I wanted to do something like Cult of the Lamp with him, but he stopped playing it, I think.
Okay.
It's
Try
been a
looking
little
up
while.
and down again, please. Do you want me to leave it like that or switch it again? Okay.
I don't
I'll leave
understand
it to
inverted
normal,
looking.
but if
That
you want, you
that
can
bothers
change
me
it
so
yourself.
much.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the energy shield test.
But
now.
I had actually messaged him about the multi-world stuff that I was doing because he's done randomized runs of stuff, but I figured the multi-world would be a nice change that he would enjoy. And we just, because I messaged him one time about it, like, hey, this is a thing. If you want to know more information about it, I know I'm a total stranger to you, so I understand. But if you would like to do this or so, I can tell you how it's done. I can show you how to host it yourself if you want to do it with other people other than just me. And any general questions I can help you and answer. I would love to have you either as a guest for me or have this be something for just your channel and play. Because honestly, at the end of the day, it was more like just having someone to do that with. And he sounded like he was interested, and it's just like, at the time, I guess he was trying to go, like, not trying to go to sleep, but it was like, oh, well, I'm up past my bedtime that I should be, whatever, so I should go to sleep. I'll talk to you about it later, and just have not heard from him since.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that happens every once in a while. I had something similar, because I wanted to play, like, the Star Wars Battlefront 2. I thought it would be fun to do in summer, but I haven't heard back from them in a little bit. And I guess I could just play alone, because the Battlefront 2 servers they're blowing up again, which is really strange.
Yeah, there's actually a reason behind it. The community is trying to show that people really like it, so they're going back to the second game to like overdo it a bit and just kind of let the company know, like, hey, we really like this game. We'd like to see a third one. So people are, instead of like showing their praise online, going, maybe that's not working. So they're trying to flood the Battlefront 2 game to like be like, hey, look at the numbers. We think we can make money off of this. Is like their strategy.
I mean, it's a damn good strategy, I would say. Because it shows like genuine interest. Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh. Hi, Spectre.
Oh, Spec is here?
Yep. They said, hi, how we doing? I've got to change some controls really quick. Because the thing is, with, like, the crouch whatnot, I am not a fan of holding down the button. Like, if it was an actual, like, holding the shoulder button or something, it's fine. But when it comes to thumbsticks, I'd rather just toggle it.
Something that drives me a little insane from the Halo games is that you don't, like, the melee is not, like, pushing down on the joystick. It's like A? Is melee like A or B?
In the original games, I think it's B.
Yeah, I prefer to have, like, the joystick, just push down on the joystick.
Honestly, I'm 50-50 with that, because I'm so used to certain games where it's like, because of the way you play, you right-click the thumbstick, or you have, like, the right bumper.
To punch? That's kind of crazy.
Captain Keyes.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Master Chief. Things aren't going well.
Captain
Cortana did her
Keyes.
best, but we never really had a chance.
A dozen Covenant superior battleships against a single Halcyon-class cruiser. With those odds, I'm content with 3. Make that 4 kills.
Everyone's original game crush, I swear.
No thanks to your driving, yes.
So you did miss me.
Report.
The voice definitely
Must have been
adds.
one of
Like,
their
the
boarding
design is
parties.
one
I
thing,
guess
but the
an
voice
antimatter
definitely
charge.
adds.
Sam, fire control for the main cannon is offline.
Captain, the cannon was my last
I will
defensive
say,
option.
though,
All
for
right, then. I'm initiating cold
for this
protocol
stuff,
Article
I
2
believe,
for abandoning the
because this is technically
That
just a
means you
graphic
too,
overhaul,
Cortana.
so
While
everything's
you do what?
the
Go
same
down
from
with
the
the ship?
original. It's just
In
all
a
the
manner,
textures got
Mr.
updated and changed.
The object we found, I'm going to try and
Yeah.
land the Autumn on it.
With all due respect,
Which Keys
this
looks a
war
lot
is
better,
not
but
dead.
there's something about his face, like in the lip or
I
something like that,
appreciate
that's
your
just a little
concern,
like
Cortana, but it's not
something
up to
didn't
me.
get motion tracked
Protocol is
properly.
clear. Destruction or
Yeah.
support AI is absolutely
I
unacceptable.
watched, like, Red versus Blue when I
Lock
was
in a selection of
really
emergency landing
little.
zones,
So the
upload them to my neural
OG
lace,
model
and
for
then sort
Keys
yourself for a heart
just haunts me, but
Aye, aye, sir.
the lips here are a little interesting.
Which is where you come in, Chief. Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her,
But
they'll
yeah,
learn
I
everything.
miss Red versus
Force
Blue.
deployment, weapons
Yeah.
research.
You know Rooster Teeth is supposedly coming back, right? The
How
company
so?
that did the
Continue evasive
Red versus Blue.
maneuvers until you initiate a landing sequence.
So
Not that you'll listen, but I'd
I'm not
suggest letting
fully
my
aware of the
sub-teams handle the
controversies
final
because I know there was
Excellent work.
quite a few.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I believe it was when YouTube first started and all that.
Yank me.
People didn't own their like channels or the IP or whatever because they would often have to let me like in the sense of
Good
like
luck,
movies.
Master Chief.
Warner Brothers, you can help us produce this movie, but you get the rights to it. But we get paid off
Yeah.
of that kind of thing.
Your architecture isn't much
So
different
YouTube was
from
doing
the
the same thing with
Autumn's.
like machinima
Don't
and stuff
get
like
any
that.
funny ideas.
So the people that owned
I don't
Rooster
keep it
Teeth
loaded,
was
so
actually
whenever
Warner
the
Brothers.
cameras you go.
So when the YouTube channel was coming to an end, technically they didn't even own the YouTube channel. So when a lot of stuff was coming out, it was literally the Warner Brothers studio was like, yeah, shut it down.
Those Marines could use some help.
So a lot of the people
Man.
like
Do
Bernie
best.
and them that left ended up going through this massive like, hey, we want to own the IP again. So the original guy, Bernie, one of the original voices for like Red versus Blue, I couldn't tell you which character. He actually bought the rights to it, and I think
Yeah.
it was earlier this year he uploaded a video of him like going back to the actual California studio. Everything's cleared out and whatnot. Is making a joke like, hey guys, I'm back with the milk. Where the hell is everything? Because like all the lights were off, all the rooms are sold out and gone.
It might be the boys of what's the red boss Sarge. I think they just call them Sarge. It might be the boys of Sarge, because I remember something like that.
That
What the hell? Did something just hit us?
I'm not even sure. It's been so since I've actually watched it. Because the only ones I remember is like Sarge, Church.
A church, yeah, the dead one.
I can't remember. It was an early character, but it was the one that like I guess his the way he was speaking was broken, so he was like a robot, and he was always stuck in Spanish.
Our lifeboat airlock
Yeah,
can catch the
yeah,
boarding
yeah.
craft. We go out and they
The
come
the
in.
Spanish infuriated me because it was like not good. It was like bad, like poorly translated.
I think that's
But
the
I guess
idea.
that's kind of the joke. Yeah, I think that was the joke. And he fell in love with the tank.
I remember that. Caboose, I think, was another one.
Is Caboose the pink one?
I think he's blue. Like, because there was like a baby blue one and then like a dark blue.
The pink one is Donut, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Do they panic when they're alone, the little ones?
They tend to, but I think it's more of like right now, he's alone, he's fine. But I think it's when he sees
Okay.
somebody die, they like freak out, and it's just like, oh god, he just did that to him. What is he gonna do to me?
Wort.
Oh, you want to know a fun fact, by the way, about the elites in this game?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's Sergeant Johnson's voice you're hearing when you hear him.
Oh, really?
Yep. They just voice manipulated a couple of his lines and played them backwards.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Why, like, the voices don't sound like they don't sound quite right. So I guess that makes sense. I thought it was someone just saying word, but it does sound a little slurred. I like it. Word to words.
Wort. This game was... I grew up with this game in multiple ways. It's not even funny how many times I was playing this game growing up.
Covenant, on
One
the
of
landing
my
above us.
earliest, I don't want to say memories, but like one of my earliest examples of enjoying this game. Growing up, I more often than not was moving school to school to school kind of thing. A lot of personal stuff back behind it, whatever. But oftentimes I was moving from state to state. I was literally going from next year to school. And before anyone asked, no, it wasn't anything military related. It was someone couldn't make up their mind on where they wanted to be. So, essentially, one of the places I moved to, they had like a computer lab sort of deal. So, we managed to find, it was like an online crack version of this game that had just the multiplayer.
Yeah.
So they cut out a lot of campaign stuff like that just so you could do multiplayer fights. And they had a built-in server and stuff for this, so as long as you had some kind of network, whether it was online or not, you and your friends could connect to each other and essentially play. And when I was going to the school, it was like the rise of kids having flash drives. So all these kids had 2 or 4 gig flash drives, and we were all just walking around the different libraries, the computer section, and stuff like that, and just we're playing Halo with each other. We were passing this shit around and just like, here, copy, you know, here you go. And that's what we were doing for the longest time. So a good chunk of me being in high school was just
The life pods are
killing
launching.
my
We should
friends
hurry.
in Halo multiplayer.
Warning, blast doors
In the
closing.
school.
In the
Covenant are
school.
destroying the life pods.
That's really fun.
We have to use the
And the
ship to
sad
make
part
things
is,
accurate.
this did
Follow
not
the
stay
nav
to
point,
just
it'll lead
one
you to
school.
an
This
open
happened at
door.
multiple schools.
Holy shit.
Somehow,
So there might be a computer somewhere that has a copy of Halo that you were involved with.
yep. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know there is.
I'm detecting Covenant movement
I think the
outside
best part
access
about it though
ways.
was that it
Activating
didn't need to
motion
be
tracker.
installed to
Let's
the
find a
computer,
safe
it could
exit.
just run
We're
right
too
off of the
close.
flash drive.
We need to find another route. Motion tracker shows all clear. Wait, we need to get through that door, but it's been damaged by an explosion.
Ooh, what kind of pizza, Spectre?
Ooh.
They apparently just had pizza.
Pizza. Knowing Spec, this is a joke. This is a joke, and we have been baited. I don't know how Spec is in your chat or during your chat often, but
Honestly,
Spec
this
is
the
just
first time on
trolling.
my chat.
Oh. Spec, be nice. Be nice.
Legitimately, the only people from the server that have ever popped into my streams has been you and
It looks like the
God, I'm
Covenant
trying
are
to think of his name. I feel really bad now.
Texas?
Well, no, Nexus and
Texas.
B12. Yeah, they've been here, but
Yeah.
they've also been on the channel, so they've been aware of it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Actually, no. No one else has really been on other than you and Chungu and them now.
Mm.
Even though I swear for the past few months I've been posting that from Dread Chat about stuff like that I'm doing.
To be honest, I didn't know, and I got like Exes told me something the other day that B12 also does streams, and I did not know. I really did not know.
Yeah, she's been attempting to stream, and she's been using my help with it because A, she doesn't have internet where she's at, so it's, when she streams she has to be over here to do so.
Yeah.
And secondly, she's not, I don't want to say technically familiar, but it's kind of easier in a sense of why figure it out when someone already knows what they're doing. And if she's going to be over here to stream anyway, it's easier
The
to just
damage
have
to the
me
superstructure is
show
extensive.
her and help her set it
I
up.
don't know how much more abuse the Autumn can take.
So she was originally streaming, her first stream was Rift of the Necrodancer on Switch.
Yeah.
And then the next stream she was doing the Kingdom Hearts series. So she was starting from the very beginning. But
I think I went to her channel. I think I'm subscribed. I believe so. It's just I don't get the notifications, or when I check I don't get them. I don't know. YouTube is YouTube.
Yeah. That's also why I set up that bot in my server to notify everyone when I upload and stuff like that. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I've been in a very love-hate relationship with that bot. Like, it has been very... So, I set up the bot, it started letting people know in the server that I was uploading, and it was letting others know that Access was uploading. But it also will let you know when I go live or when he goes live. So I was like, okay, great. So I went live, it told no one, so I was like, oh, okay, I guess, you know, it's got bugs. So immediately went to post in the server that, hey, I'm live and all that. Did the stream. As soon as the stream ended, then it started messaging people, oh, by the way, did you know Dread is live? And I'm like, what? The stream is over? Where the hell you been? I guess it's delayed.
One last lifeboat. Quick,
So-
get aboard before it launches.
Went to
Now would be a very good time to
let
leave.
people know and all that stuff that, hey, the bot is behind, the stream is over, yada yada. And left it be as that, because the upload process was actually working. So I was like, okay. And then I went to schedule the live today for you and me. And
Yeah.
it started letting people know, oh, by the way, did you know
Look.
Conquer? Did you know Dread is live for BioShock? And I'm like, that was like last week Tuesday. what do you mean? Then
Yeah.
I scheduled and did all the updates and everything for the Halo stuff. So then immediately, as soon as I apply it, it just let everyone know, hey, did you know I'm live for Halo the Master Chief Collection? And I'm
Knew
just
it.
like,
The
are you
honest teller,
shitting
the
me?
keys is going in manual.
Yeah, I wish I wish I had a bot, but at the same time, if stuff like that happens, then I guess I'm fine doing it manually. I just tag everyone. I do the add everyone.
Sure you wouldn't rather take a
Honestly,
seat?
the one
You'll be
Access has
fine.
for his Twitch streams is really good.
If
I
still
know
had fingers,
Ricky's got a
we'd be
specific one
crossed.
that he uses. I might look into that one, but this one was one that I found that was easy and it was free. So I was like, you can't beat free.
You need to pay, you have to pay for bots now.
Some of them depending because they're active and they
Damn.
kind of look at it as like a subscription of like we're constantly updating and modifying and stuff like that, and depending on the features.
Damn.
I mean, heck, for the server that you guys interact in for Access, I'm
Fine
paying
if
Discord
it
Nitro
was-
for that.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Chief?
What?
Chief, can you hear me?
Nitro does have its
At
uses.
last. Are you all right? Can you move? The others.
Honestly, in this
Yeah.
case, it's actually a
There's
great
nothing we
tool
can do.
for like when I do not for streaming specifically, like for YouTube,
Warning. I've
but
detected
like when I'm
multiple
trying to
Covenant
show people
dropships on
something
approach.
or even just figure
I
out what's
recommend
going on with
moving
their
into those
stuff, I
hills.
can stream
If we're
what I'm
lucky,
doing
the Covenant will believe
or
that
show
everyone
them
aboard
and they
this
can
lifeboat died
exactly
in a
see
crash.
what it is I'm doing. be able to
Alert!
see it in
Covenant
detail
dropship
and whatnot,
inbound.
which is nice.
They must be looking for survivors. I recommend
Yeah, I think without
immediate
Nitro,
evasion.
it's like 720p.
720p at 30 frames a second, whereas if I do Nitro, I can do 1080 60.
Yeah. Also, damn, this looks nice.
Yeah, not used to seeing this game with these level of graphics.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like what do you say? I don't know if this is like an unpopular opinion, but the vehicles in Halo feel so nice. Like I really like the way they feel.
Honestly, this is gonna sound like a hot take. There hasn't been a fun Halo experience to this level of like Combat Evolved since because like
Yeah, fair enough.
don't get me wrong, some of the combat and some of the vehicles and stuff that you were doing in 3 were really good. 2 especially. But just the way everyone was for Combat Evolved, I have not seen in any way, shape, or form since.
I think Combat Evolve is just like it was revolutionary. Like you can maybe like put down or like put in the same box a bunch of shooters, but Halo definitely feels different. I think Combat Evolved like introduced a lot of new things.
I'm reading a lifeboat beacon over the next hill.
It was honestly one of
Should
the
check to
first,
see if there are
or
any survivors.
one of the few popular first-person shooters that we had at the time. Because you had stuff like growing up with like DOS and Duke Nukem and Doom and stuff like that. But just of this style, of this complexity with online multiplayer and stuff like that, really didn't see it that way.
Did the first Halo have like online multiplayer from the get-go?
I believe it did. This is when, because this came out for the original Xbox, and they were just starting to popularize having Xbox Live at the time.
Yeah.
But
Oh
it
yeah,
wasn't,
we talking.
It wasn't as advertised like it was like when you and I were playing on 360, and you would be like, "Oh, get Xbox Live to enhance the game, to play online multiplayer, yada yada, whatever." But it was one of those things that like when you got, say like Halo 2, you would get like a demo code type of thing for like, "Oh, here's 3 months of Xbox Live," just so that way you can immerse yourself in action, online and multiplayer fun. I will say that that's the one thing that I'm not used to with this game. Like, I remember it well, but that's a feature that I kind of miss with Halo games, is being able to walk a little faster.
Yeah, I think on 3 and in Reach, you also just kind of like wiggle your way to places. But it kind of, it's kind of cozy in a way. At least to me, it's kind of cozy. I'm just trotting around, walking around.
I don't know why I immediately thought of Shrek with the donkey just trotting in place, Yeah. What? That's the one thing you gotta forgive me for. I have that kind of ADHD where I'll just, like, throw in movie quotes and stuff like that.
Oh, I love Shrek. I love Shrek. I made a movie quote to the X the other day. I forget which movie was it. I was so sad I didn't get it. Let me think. They said something. It was not an insult. It was like alluding to something else, and it said something like the word you're looking for is Space Ranger.
Why does that sound like a Toy Story quote with Buzz Lightyear?
It is Toy Story. It is.
Uh-oh, another bandit dropping in behind us. They're trying to flank us.
Next is like Space Ranger. What? Like, no, he did not pass the life check.
What you're looking for is Space Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that one. It's that one. I'll just take this from here.
Oh, crap. Took me down with one health with no shields.
Your health is at the top.
Yeah, it's up, right?
Okay.
I think you're in a good spot as far as on the screen. I am not, because I'm technically blocking part of my HUD.
How?
Oh, I'm
because of
blocking the
OBS.
radar.
Oh, yeah. I could guide you, or
No, I can
be
see
your
it. I
Cortana.
just mean if anyone's watching the video, they can't see it.
Fair enough. I love the way that animation looks. Smack.
Honestly, of all the weapons in Halo, this pistol is my absolute favorite.
It is goated. It's always reliable.
Honestly, this is a detail I may have forgotten about, but I believe this is technically a 50 cal pistol. No, I just mean like in the lore or whatever, that it's essentially shooting the same thing as like a 50 caliber.
Some guns in the Halo series, like they don't have bullets, they have like lasers. Is there a reason for it?
I think it's just honestly for the future aesthetic of it.
We read you. Is
Because I mean, you've got like the enemy's fuel rod cannon, which shoots these like giant explosive bolts of plasma. I mean, heck, there's just the regular plasma rifle and plasma pistol.
Look,
Oh,
more
I just passed it.
lifeboats. They're
Yeah, like
coming in
this thing.
fast. If those lifeboats
Yeah.
make it down, the Covenant are going to be right on top of them.
Not my favorite guns, I will say. I don't really like them very much.
Okay, I'm gonna make a joke. You're not gonna understand
Okay.
it, but you will by the end of me playing this.
Okay.
I cannot make the joke right now. I have to find some enemies for it. You'll understand, I promise.
Sure.
All I know is Shadow will be proud whenever I do that.
Shadow the Hedgehog?
No, but he likes Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh.
Oh well.
Yep.
I expected that. Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. But no, I have a buddy that I've long time playing with him online, and
This
he
cave
goes
is
by
not
the
a
name
natural
Shadows.
formation.
And
Someone built
part of it is because he
so
likes
it
Shadow
must
the
lead
Hedgehog.
somewhere. I've hacked into the Covenant battle network.
Yeah.
Actually broadcasting
yeah,
tactical data on
that's freaking
unencrypted
awesome.
channels. We should show them
I had a
who they're
friend
dealing with.
recently, and they go by
Master Chief,
like
I'm
their
going to use your
their
suit's
label
transcom system to monitor
in
their chatter.
just like different accounts. It's like NDS, and I'm like, hey, what do you have NDS in all of your accounts? And they're like, I really like the Nintendo DS. And I'm like, that's so specific.
Oh, I like that.
It's cute. It's cute.
Oddly enough, actually, small side note, part of the reason that I go by Dread is that I used to go by Conquer Reloaded, which I didn't think not everyone would appreciate on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
Which, oddly enough, is a game series that I need to play. But I'm not sure how I would want to do that, if that makes sense.
You can probably play it on YouTube, at least the OG, like original one. I don't know if you could get any like age restriction.
And the other thing is what I want to play the Nintendo one, which is honestly a far bit more graphic than the Xbox One.
There's an Xbox One?
So, there's technically 4 Conquer games. Also, Needler OP, need nerf.
Huh?
That was the joke. I don't know if you saw it. But, essentially, use the Needler on the Elite, and they kind of activated the grenade and everything and exploded everyone. But me and Shadow, when we went through this game, we literally were going on legendary difficulty with just the Needlers because it essentially was just doing that to everything.
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh, the OP's or well, I can't speak. The Needler is OP. It needs a nerf. So as we were saying that, we just got to a point where we were just saying that faster and faster because it was getting more hectic, to the point that it just Needler OP, need nerf.
Slowly makes less sense. Less words are indistinguishable. Ah,
Needler OP nerf. It's just anyway. So yeah. But Conquer has 4 games. So there's actually fun fact. Conquer wasn't always so adult. He actually started off cute and cuddly, and he had a Game Boy Color game called Conquer's Pocket Tales.
Really? There's a Game Boy game?
Yep. And the story behind it was essentially Conquer was having a birthday party, and his nemesis, I forget who it was, he actually came by and wanted Conquer to have a bad day, so he stole all his presents. And you as Conquer used little Conquer, like essentially like walnuts, to go through, solve puzzles, and get back your presents. And I don't know if it was his girlfriend at the time or his friend, but Barry was there as well, the female squirrel.
Yeah.
So when Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie was getting really popular on the N64, Rare was actually trying to make a similar style game with Conquer. But then when people started seeing gameplays and demos and stuff like that, they just went, oh, not another cutesy platformer. And that's all they were getting, was essentially just either comparisons to Banjo or all this other stuff, whatnot. And they got tired of it and just went, okay, so obviously people don't want a cutesy game, so let's go in the complete opposite direction. And it kind of became this, well, what can we do? What are we allowed to do? Let's throw in some Saving Private Ryan references and stuff like that. And then it kind of just added from there. And that's how you got Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Do you think it aided the game, or it bit them in the foot a little bit?
It made the game really popular and known, but because of the way they did the game, it's really hard to do a sequel or anything of it, because how do you add to something like that? And you would see examples of stuff like that with like the Scary Movie franchise, where they would essentially just parody all these movies, but eventually it's going to be their downfall. That's not the type of thing you can kind of keep up.
There's new traffic on the Covenant battle network. A lot more crew made it off the Autumn than I had predicted.
But
I'm just happy you referenced
really gave them
Scary
hell.
Movie.
yeah.
We can find Captain Keyes
But
and the other survivors.
they
We have a chance to
got bought
coordinate
out by
effective
Microsoft,
resistance.
so Rare was tasked with bringing Conker's Bad Fur Day to Xbox because Microsoft wanted that. So they were like, well, we can't give you a sequel, so we can technically remake the game and throw in jokes of like the game is different because we changed a couple things. So they updated the graphics, added in a serious online multiplayer, because they actually had like a local for the N64 split screen multiplayer, where you essentially played as like different modes. So you had like tanks, which is you blew each other up in tanks. There was a all-out war where it was just PvP, just you killing everyone else. And when they brought it to online on Xbox, they actually did, the only way I can explain it is like a Call of Duty treatment to it. Where it's just like this, you had classes and all this stuff, and depending on the classes, you had weapons. You could get access to certain things and do air and land vehicles, and it was just all out, either death matches or capture the flags.
They should have added a Conquer Battle Pass. I think that would have helped the game.
Oh, this was way too early on.
Yeah, I don't know when the first Battle Pass came out.
Honestly, I don't.
Probably Overwatch.
Like, are you talking like the actual name of the Battle Pass, or like the whole idea of like the seasonal drop Battle Pass kind of thing?
Yeah, like the seasonal drop. Like, I want to know when, like, what game started the trend?
Either Fortnite or PUBG. Like, that era is when it was popular. I just don't know which one of them started it. Because I know Fortnite did it, PUBG did it, Overwatch did it. I don't know. Because we did get seasonal updates from a good bit of online games. We just didn't have it be the, like, oh, with the all new thing, the Battle Pass.
And like games like League, like do those count as having a Battle Pass? Technically, it's like you just get like expansions.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what the? You see that? Axer?
Ooh, my stream died for a second. Yeah, I'm back. What's
You're
up?
good.
What the hell?
I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear it.
Yeah, I
the
can
rock.
hear it. Yeah. Grrr.
Oh, gotta love this game. Anyway, but honestly, because they're technically all DLCs at that point. I think it's because with Battle Passes, it was what, temporary? So it'd be like, oh, it's the season of season 1, so you get all this seasonal content. Now we move to season 2. Now you can never access that stuff again.
I hate that battle passes kind of like they work on FOMO. Like if you don't get it now, you might never get it. Ooh.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I'm usually a sucker for FOMO. I mean, look at me. I'm in Destiny.
Really? Yeah. I was talking to X's. I said that I might try and get into Destiny 2. Because I played Destiny 1 like early on, like the first few months, and I really enjoyed it.
So, he might tell you what I might have said about it. And I'll clarify it this way. I'm stuck in Destiny 2 because there's nothing like Destiny. I've never played any game series or anything that's close to Destiny in the sense of its controls, its gunplay, all that sort of stuff. I've never had any game come anywhere close to that. And because of the people I play with, I play on a near consistent basis with a lot of it. So, like, weekly, I am loading it up with friends and going through like little missions and stuff like that. But the problem is a lot of the content of the game I'm essentially locked out of because I don't have the correct number of players playing with me at all times. So
how much do you need?
It depends on the content. So there is stuff you can do solo, but a majority of the stuff you need to have 3 people with at all times, which I do. It's not 4 people total, it's 3 people total. So it's you and 2 other people.
Okay, yeah.
And I've gotten really good at soloing a lot of the content that you need 3 people for. And more often than not, I'm helping or carrying. But with the friends that I play with, more often than not, it's the other way around. They're helping carrying me. I have recently gotten to a point with them that I am now the one that's helping them and can carry them as well. So Shadow is essentially the guy that usually carries me for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But if you
So
do
would you
any of
say-
the harder difficulty activities, you need 6 people.
There's some
Holy
Marines
shit.
hiding in the hills above the
And
structure.
for this last like major send-off DLC, oh, I forgot about that button. Okay, so it doesn't
Mayor
work in
send-off?
cutscenes, but it works in gameplay.
Come on, floor it!
Here's the original graphics.
Oh. Ooh. Ah.
Ah, that's what we remember. New age, old, new,
Whoa! What the hell?
old.
You can do that on command.
There's another one!
Yeah, it's the select button.
Back me up!
That's really cool.
Oh, crap!
But anyway, so with the last DLC, they wanted to do like a major send-off thing, and they made an activity that required 12 people.
Firing!
Damn.
So you can kind of see what I mean by the correct number of people.
Yeah. So you would just say like find a group of people to play with, like to try with. That would be the best option.
Well, no, because it's not a majority of the content is locked behind it. It's just like I've been playing it for so long that the only thing that's really new are these challenge activities. So essentially, you have dungeons, which are 3-player activities, and then raids, which are 6-player activities. But the problem is the raids follow specific logics. So it's you learn a mechanic and you're doing that for a majority of the dungeon or the majority of the raid. So, like the best example I can give you is one of the raids. There's this wiping mechanic. So essentially, the boss, as you like traverse through different encounters and get to the final boss, they will use this wipe mechanic that you essentially have to pass around a buff on. So you're having to constantly, with your teammates, pick up this buff, pass it along, or over-shield the enemies, or sorry, your teammates, so that way you can survive this wave. And they have stuff in place, not essentially for the fact that you need 6 people, but because they make it so that way it's not 3 people doing this activity. So like, one of the things will be like you pick up the buff, but now you can't pick it back up for another 3 minutes. So that way it helps ensure that you have multiple people so that way you can survive.
Let's do it!
So you get a lot of those.
Some people just do it solo. Like some people just try to do it solo.
Yeah, we have people that try to solo an entire raid. Hell, in D1, I don't know if you remember the raid. You remember Crotazet?
I remember raids. No.
That was a raid I soloed in D1.
I remember there was like a very specific raid that I struggled with a
We
fuck
read you,
ton.
Echo 419. We have
This one was
survivors
the one
and
on the moon.
immediate dust off.
Is where you're having to like go down deep into the pit and everything like that.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, you're speaking and I'm having like flashbacks.
Oh no,
Yeah, I
you,
remember something like that.
you want a flashback? Here's one of my flashbacks. So when the first DLC for Destiny dropped, Crota's or the Dark Below, it's where they brought Crota and the moon and all that sort of stuff. And they did this event where you could find these wild, or in the wild nights on Earth or on the moon or whatever. And it was, you would get their sword and you'd basically beat the shit out of enemies and whatnot. And if you managed to be lucky with the RNG, he would drop an auto rifle that was white. And it was called Husk of the Pit.
Found him!
Now,
I see him!
herein lies the issue. At the time that this DLC dropped, I was having such terrible internet connections that I could not really play the DLC because of Scamcast. I'll call him that, Scamcast. You might be able to figure out who it is from that for the people that watch. But they essentially did a deal that kind of screwed a lot of people over when it came to the internet. So it was like, hey, we have this new internet box that will cut your bill in half for if you help try out. And it later became what they called the business class internet.
Business class?
Yep.
We need to find the other two.
But at the time, it was consumer internet, and it was so ungodly slow and limited that it wasn't.
They're everywhere!
So when we finally managed to change our internet, which, hell, that story in itself is funny to me. Essentially, one day we had to get our internet service,
Maybe they took
and
cover in that
I was the
structure
only one
and
home,
checked it out.
and my family at the time was gone, so I was the one letting this man in our house to like work on the internet. And I casually brought up of like the speed of the internet and all that, and how I was playing online games and stuff like that. And I was like, "Is there something we need to do to try to get it swapped out for something better?" And he's like, "Wait, you're using this to play Xbox Live on?" He went out to his truck, grabbed a better one, brought it in, and he sat there and said, "Use this." And essentially, it was just. It was, yeah, they were shoving this shit onto people for years. Use this one. This one's better. And he installed it for us and everything. And it was like, oh my god, it's a night and day difference. We can actually load up Netflix and stuff like that worth of damn. Like,
Yeah, it was that bad.
if two people were trying to stream Netflix, one of them was constantly buffering.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. And because of the way it worked, if I tried to even remotely play Destiny, like I was home alone playing Destiny, I would cut out everything.
Man. This was like 2014 era, no?
20.
It was like a while back. Yeah. I remember we had this like there's this company, like phone company. They always claim to have like the fastest internet in the island, and that was kind of a scam. Like I guess they kind of trademarked that like little quote from somewhere, but it's like just not true. But everyone fell for like the same scam, and they got this internet that they thought would be like really good, but it ended up being not really reliable at all.
I wonder,
and
is
the
it,
company
is it a popular brand? Without saying brand names, was it Horizon or ET&T?
I believe it's only like from like Latino America. But it rhymes with raro, I guess.
I've called for an evac.
Roger
that.
not
Marines,
sure of that one.
assemble
so-
for evac, pronto!
We should secure the area before the dropship
But
arrives.
anyways, the internet was so bad.
Ow, man!
It runs on the internet
bother me,
company
Doc.
run like I think they had like support by how do I say it?
Echo 419 to Cortana. Full hammers on station.
You know that
and
one
ready for
company
another
that
pickup.
has internet or like phone service and is red?
Ready for dust off. Approach when ready.
I believe so.
We're going to look for the last lifeboat.
Well,
Echo
that
419.
company was
Good luck.
basically like sourcing this local company.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they had like a deal, and the American company is no longer serving here, but the other one is, and no one really gets it anymore. I don't know how they manage.
I gotcha. But oh, back to the whole Destiny bit. So
Yeah.
for the Husk of the Pit thing, once I finally got the internet, that DLC was gone. We were on DLC 2, House of Wolves. So I had to go back, and they had limited the event from being like all over the world, or all over different areas, to just one spot on Earth. And it was, you had to play 50-50 to try to hopefully get him to spawn. Or you could load up a specific mission and get him to spawn constantly. But either way, it was the same thing. You went in, you found the Hive Knight, killed him, and there was a chance he would drop it. So I did this. I loaded that mission up over and over and over and over again. And eventually it wasn't dropping. So I was like, okay, maybe it's because it's loading up the mission. It's not going to make it drop. You have to go find him in the wild. So I did that. And I did this for 2 months straight.
Holy shit.
And he was not dropping. So legitimately, I ended up going to Bungie's forums and whatnot and was like, hey, this isn't working. And found out that other people were saying it wasn't working. And Bungie basically went, no, it's totally working, it's fine, it's just RNG. That was the answer, it's just RNG. And people were posting in such a way that it was like, I am now at 300 kills for this, because at the time you could go online and check the Grimoire card of that particular individual, and you could see how many times you found ended that character. So when people were posting, it was like 300 kills and nothing, 1,300 kills and nothing, 5,000 kills and nothing.
I picked up reports that the
And
Covenant is located and secured
Bungie
in
was still
Laraboth.
like sticking to the guns. It's RNG.
The good news is the captain
Till
is still
one
alive.
person popped in and said,
news
I
is the
have
Covenant has captured the entire
167,000
surviving
kills. Check my profile.
Let's hurry and find
And
the
he
final
still
lifeboat and
hasn't
link up with the
dropped
rest of the
it.
survivors.
Then someone from Bungie went, yeah, this is a problem. We'll look into it. You want to know how many kills I had on that character before they said that message?
How much?
I had 13,000 kills on that character.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
I was trying to get this weapon because it was one of the you had to get it weapons.
There was a few like guns like that I heard like from school. I can't remember any of the names, but there was like whenever there was like an exotic weapon, people really wanted it.
Oh yeah, it was big business at that point.
I really enjoyed using like hand cannons. So every time there was like a hand cannon thingy, I always wanted to be there. Really enjoyed it.
I see him.
Have you done anything Destiny 2 related as far as like the weapons or anything like that?
Nothing. That's why I would if I jumped into Destiny 2 right now, it would be like raw. It would be nothing. Yeah, just I would start from zero.
I would love to be your tour guide on that. But let me share some things about D2 this way. So when people ask me, like either IRL or like XS when he was asking me about it, I told him it's the kind of game that if you haven't played it, don't.
No.
And
How so?
he gets so confused by that. Like, but you play it all the time. Why would you not want anyone to play? And like, the game is raised in such a way where everything's based on FOMO. So you essentially get to play activities, but it's like, hey, did you have this weapon from 14 seasons ago? Now it's broken. Now it's good. But right now is actually not a bad time to go in because a lot of the dynamics and stuff is about to change. So everyone's going to kind of be from square one again, which is not a bad thing.
But isn't that bad for like you players that have played for a long time?
Not exactly. So what they're going to do is they're going to change the armor system, and basically they're going to make the armor matter again. But not in the sense of like what they were originally doing, where it's like, oh my god, you know, you don't have this armor, so you're not this power level. Like when Destiny 1 was out, it was you had to do the Vault of Lacerate to reach the max power cap. But they're making it to where it's part of the build, so it matters more toward the stats and what kind of stats you could reinforce and look towards, or how it affects how your supers and stuff come back. So what you have right now for armor versus what's going to come out is going to change, and everyone's going to be basically trying to get that armor. The weapons and stuff have kind of gotten to a point now where there's now craftable weapons, but it's not for every weapon, it's certain weapons. And we now have perks in such a way on the weapons to where even if you don't get that type of weapon, there are other substitutes for it. And old exotics that came from like exotic missions and stuff like that now are kind of like in rotation, if that makes sense. So you get like certain chances to get those weapons again.
In like raids or like loot crates?
I wouldn't say loot crates. You remember in Destiny 1 the exotic vendors, or?
I found Captain Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
The Truth and Reconciliation. The ship I just
So
sent you.
Stuff
stuff
would
that
rotate like your time. Yeah, what he sells.
The Truth and
So
Reconciliation
we had a couple
touched down on
exotic
the desert
missions.
plateau,
One of them
300
was
kilometers
for the
upstream.
hand cannon and Hawkmoon. They brought it back for D1. And
There's our ride.
they
Get aboard
also
and let's get out of
started
here.
adding in something called exotic catalyst. So you could essentially go through a harder version of that exotic mission to get an extra benefit, bonus, whatever, of the exotic weapon that you were using.
Yeah.
Like, there was one, I don't know if you were there for that DLC. It was the one where we had, like, the splicers, and it was the red and black diamonds everywhere. It was the last DLC they did, Rise of Iron.
Oh, Rise of Iron. Yeah.
So, the pulse rifle, or the exotic weapon for that raid was a pulse rifle. And essentially, if you got headshots, it would spawn these little nanites that would attack everything. And if you got the catalyst, if you killed something with those nanites, it would multiply and start attacking other enemies nearby.
Yeah, I kind of remember something like that, yeah.
But that's what they did for the catalyst, so it added it. So instead of just attacking that one person until they're gone, it's now if you kill that enemy, it multiplies and moves on to the next enemy, and will chain and do that.
Oh yeah.
So we have
that
guns that
broken.
well, it's limited, so it'll do it up to like 3 or 4 enemies.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship,
But
I should be able to
a
lock
couple
onto
of
the tracking
the
signal,
weapons
Captain Key's neural
sucked at
implants.
launch because when D2 came out, everything was static. There was no random rolls or anything like that. So if you got the gun, you
Stick to
got
the
the
higher
gun.
ground to the right.
There was no
You should be
other
able to
variations
recon
or
the
whatever of
Covenant
it.
position without being spotted.
And the exotic weapons
I've
were
detected Covenant
kind of
stationary
meh
guns near the
too.
next pass. I recommend using your sniper
So
rifle to
now,
take
as
out
a
the
way to
gunners
kind of
while I
bring
call
those
for
weapons up
Marine
to par,
support.
they do catalyst, and Sir also sells the catalyst too. So
What was Catalyst? What was Catalyst? Was that like you upgrade the
it upgrades the exotic.
The weapon?
It gives it a bonus.
exotic?
So it'll either change what the weapon does, or it'll add a benefit to that weapon. Like, you remember Sleeper Simulant? That big, charge the laser, kind of heavy in Destiny 1? Its catalyst gives it 4 shots instead of 3.
I guess, I mean, it doesn't sound like a big improvement, but it was a pretty good gun.
Well, the other thing with D2 is that we also have seasons, so like the meta changes each season. So right now, Sleeper Simulant is king because of the fact that we have bonus damage to linears, which is what that weapon is. We also now have, because it wasn't at launch, but it was one of those things that got added in through constant updating, is there's now artifacts that you can get for the season, and you essentially upgrade that artifact to get bonuses throughout that season. So like, for example, you might get stuff that's mainly toward arc weapons or arc subclasses and stuff like that, so you can kind of tell where they're trying to shift the meta of that season.
How difficult is it to adapt, like, from season to season?
Honestly, not that hard. I've had seasons where you could tell, just using like the base subclasses where you had like Arc, Solar, and Fire, and I would have seasons where you could tell clearly they were like, okay, we just had a Solar season, we want to calm down Solar and focus onto like Arc, and Solar might not be good, but because of the way, if you've set it up correctly, you can still run it no matter what. It's just you won't be getting the bonuses or the effects of the Arc stuff. But then again, usually they'll update something in such a way that maybe you weren't using it before, and now it's an option you can use. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. So we just had an update this season where we now have a new a new piece to our subclasses. Before in Destiny 1, subclasses, it was just what you had there, that was it. Now we kind of have a, I fell off the map. We kind of have a slot in place mechanic with the subclasses, so you can change certain aspects of it. So like in D1, you would, like, for the Titans, like, you could have the, in Arc, where you, like, jump up in the air and you would, like, vault down as one of your melees.
Yeah.
They now have it in such a way where, like, certain things like that are, like, combinations you add, and they give you, like, a mini kind of, like, slot bonus. So within those slots, you can slot in, like, bonus effects kind of thing. And you can kind of customize the subclass a bit more than that. So it's, I have this artifact of, say like I have a hammer that's on fire or whatever. It gives me 3 bonus slots. I can go to those bonus slots and be like, okay, if I get kills while in this whatever buff of the Solar, I get a bonus to my health recharge. Stuff like that. So it makes it a lot more customizable. And with this season, with Arc, they dropped a new one of those artifacts for the bonus slots. And this one allows your Arc to essentially do lightning damage. So like it'll jolt enemies, it will start sparking off to other enemies. And if you get enough of this damage, you'll accrue something called Bolt Charge. And when you get the full stack of Bolt Charge, it will jump down as a giant lightning bolt on your enemy. So when you pair that with something like Thunderlord, you do an insane amount of damage.
So it's all about, like, knowing what to combine, like knowing the right combinations?
Not exactly, but yeah.
Like, can you have fun just, like, ignoring them?
Yeah, you can. It's just, if you try to go into the harder difficulty stuff, like the Nightfalls, the Grandmaster Nightfalls, and you basically go, listen, I'm gonna go in with this stick and I'm gonna have fun, you're not gonna have a good time.
Then just doing whatever you want.
But if it's, hey, I'm playing the story and I feel like running X, Y, Z, whatever, yeah, you can have perfectly okay fun. It's just a lot of it's now like, okay, here is this whatever story for the week, and it's going to be locked behind these difficulties. So then you have to adapt to those difficulties. And it's not in the sense of like it's mandatory or anything like that. It's just you get like bonuses to do so. So you might get say like you get a knife ball, and you remember how the original ones had like, oh, like it's arc surge, so you know anything that does arc damage is now doing more damage, but that's also doing more damage to you. So they do that sort of thing again. And the other thing is there's also more modifiers. So you'll get ones where it's like enemies throw more grenades more often than usual, or they have more health than usual. And a couple seasons ago they added something called champions, which are specific mods that you have to place on your weapons. This feature has changed, but now it's in your artifact now, so it's, oh hey, all pulse rifles do square damage, or do circle damage, or triangle damage. And depending on the game that you're playing, you might encounter champions. So basically what it was before is like circle was unstoppable, so they would never stop trying to charge you down and attack you. And in doing so, they would constantly be like healing themselves doing so. Square was the same thing, just without the recharge, so they were harder to stun. And triangle was they had an impenetrable barrier, so it's like you could do damage to them, but they would eventually like barrier up and heal themselves back to full. So by having the right mod to do the right damage of weapons. So like for example, right now this season we have barrier on sidearms. So if I want to damage any barrier champion, I either find a weapon that actually does barrier damage, or I put on a sidearm and yeah. Also, I know Axer's not here, but I hope you are picking this up from the video from the stream.
Loading zone and use the lift to enter the ship.
Cut it out! Get clear! This one's not breathing.
I need a different weapon. Oh, I see that. No, I don't want the gunner seat. I want the... OP, need nerf. Move off my weapon. Where is it? Can I... Oh. Out of the way. I will push this off this hill. Thank you.
About time you showed up.
What was that? Just drop it, tear it on the guy, and just hear a moan. Just a... Oh. What the fuck?
The cavalry has arrived!
Where the hell are we going? I believe it's over here. Old. Now we're in the new. Old. New.
Contact! Enemy in sight! Crap! Those stationary guns are gonna tear us to pieces!
What? Aww. Oh, thank God. That's right. Aim for the little birdie. Oh, hey.
Contact! Enemy in sight! Crap! Those stationary guns are gonna tear us to pieces!
Oh crap, there's one right there. What the hell am I hitting? Okay, that's the only problem with the new graphics and the old graphics, is certain details can interrupt. So like, yeah, that tree's not there. Now it is. So I could technically shoot through it because it's going off of what we see here versus whatever the new one is.
There's another one. Nice shot. Keep it up. Cover me. Can't put me anywhere.
Alert! Covenant dropships are inbound.
Firing! Cease fire!
Okay, this should be a good enough point that I can try to hop back into that call.
Oh, crap. Get it going, Marine. Yeah, mate, way to go. Covering fire. Oh.
It should be there if you want to come back, actually. Actually, if anything, I actually need to set this up in the server instead of pop out. And I died. Yay. Alright, well, I'll do this really quick. Alright, there we go. Joined a different VC, so that way Extra could pop back if he wants.
Contact! Enemy in sight! Crap! Those stationary guns are gonna tear us to pieces!
And I'm already low health for this. I need the ammo for that. Ammo, please. Thank you. Ow.
Alert! Covenant dropships are inbound. Man, always something.
These elites are tough, baby. They're taking a lot of shots from this and not dying. I love how the bullets are curving even though that's not where I'm aiming. My god, how many of these waves are gonna spawn? Like the instant one of these things ends, another one's there to replace them.
Come back to class so I can oh, yeah.
This feels like cheating, but you know what? I'll take any advantage I can get in this situation because I literally have 1 health. Oh, that was to my detriment.
Damn straight. Ow, man. And I'm me. Roger that.
Well, XS is having Axery is having Wi-Fi issues, so they can no longer continue to be a part of the stream. Which I'm glad he was here for the time that he was. Also, Axery, if you're watching, anytime I do any streams or anything like that, and you see me and you want to pop in and join, by all means, ask. Is he hiding behind the tree? He is. Oh my god, did I do it?
Clear. No hostiles present. Marines, secure the grav lift and prepare for boarding.
Cortana to Echo 419. We've reached the gravity lift and are ready for reinforcements.
Copy that, Cortana. Hold tight, gentlemen. Bowhammer out.
Once we're inside the ship, I can home in on the captain's command neural interface. They'll probably be in or near the ship's brig, which should narrow our search.
Echo 419 inbound. Clear the drop zone.
Let me get the health pack. I see it there. Let me get the health pack. Wait, am I am. Aww. Can't be a traitor. Alright. I guess this is what we're doing.
We're in. I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
What? There's no covenant here. Think maybe nobody's home. There's one. Drag out.
What?
Sorry.
Nice shot.
Lots of covenant. Oh, no covenant. You had to open your mouth.
Chief, let's see if we can find a way to open this door. The locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The control to open it must be somewhere in this room.
Oh, come on.
Wait, that's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
Come on. Alright. Ammo's gonna be a detriment, I can already see that. I'll take that.
Wait, that's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it must be somewhere in this room.
running.
I'd like to see you crack a 128,000-bit modulating encryption key. I'm going to call for reinforcements. There's no sense going in with anything less than full strength.
Cortana to Bowhammer. We need additional support troops. We're going to open the shuttle bay door again, move in, and drop off reserve troops on my signal.
I copy, Cortana. Echo 419 standing by for your signal.
Cortana to Echo 419. The shuttle bay door is open. You can start your approach.
Roger. Echo 419 inbound.
love how I was trying to do something sneaky there. I want for the NPC to be like, full auto fire! Firing. That screwed me. I was trying to go in and just be sneaky, and they're sitting there going, what's that? Blasted. Come on, man. I can't get any sneak. You go to hell. You go to hell, you die. Oh, it's these things, hang on. Ah. There's some, like, more stuff in this one, so you can actually, like, pick up details that kind of, like, fill in the universe a little bit, like what's going on during this time and what... how the character's reacting. Actually, I'm curious because I don't think I asked myself that. Is there an FOV that I can... Oh, there is. Oh, that's so much better.
Must be in the brig. These look like holding cells. There are probably multiple detention stations. The captain must be in one of them. We need to keep looking for him.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Yes, sir.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
search team, scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move!
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Chief, you have the point.
We should head back to the shuttle bay and call for evac.
Hey, mate, that was mine. You stole my kill. Oh. Get out of the way! Hold your fire! Here, I saved a little extra for you. Found him! Keep it up! Sorry. Watch it! Clear!
More here!
That's how we do it where I come from.
We made it.
Cortana to Echo 419. We have the captain and need extraction on the double.
Negative, Cortana. I've been engaged by Covenant air patrols, and I'm having a tough time shaking them. You'll be better off finding your own ride. Sorry.
Acknowledged, Foehammer. Cortana out.
Air support is cut off, Captain. We need to hold here until she can move in.
Oh, man. We're trapped in here. We're screwed. We're screwed, man!
Stow the bellyaching, soldier. Remember, you're a leatherneck. Cortana, if you and the Chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Yes, Captain. There's a Covenant dropship still docked. ship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's controls.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Captain, hunters!
Hang on.
Nice one, sir.
Time for a little payback.
The Covenant believe that what they call the Silent Cartographer is somewhere under this island. The Cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to come out quick. Touchdown! Hit it, Marines!
Go, go, go! Right on!
Yes. Hell, look at slam range. This one died on the beach, which honestly is plausible. Those are all rocks. No, just grassy stuff. What we had, what we got. Look at that, so much better. Oh damn, they
Affirmative.
took everything
Echo
out. Okay.
419 inbound. Somebody order a Warthog.
Hey, I didn't know you made house calls for Hammer.
You know our motto. We deliver.
Punch it!
Okay, let's move out. Let's go find the map room that will show us the location of Halo's control center.
Whoa! Fire loud! Keep it up! There's more where that came from.
I need someone that's not a coward to be on this gun.
Floor it!
Oh, this is it! Firing! Come and take your medicine! Want some more? Hey, don't get cocky! Oh,
Let's keep going inside.
That'll be for when we come back up.
Don't let them lock the doors. Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant's understanding of Halo's subsystems. They've locked the doors, and we don't have enough firepower to get through them.
Cortana to Keys.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
Negative, Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to push your way into the facility to find Halo's control center. We have to get to the center before the Covenant.
Echo 419, ground team. I'll stay on station and keep an eye out for Covenant movements.
Second squad, ready to roll as soon as everybody's topside. LZ looks secure, sir. Nothing moving. Good luck, people. Keys out.
We need to find the security override to get this door open. It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island. Use the holo panel to shut down the security system. Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some
Uh-oh.
heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them. Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
Well, that worked out well.
inside the structure. Can you get inside?
Negative! They're closing in too fast! Negative! Chief, you gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Give him hell, Marine.
We'll be in a tight spot if we don't get out of here before additional reinforcements arrive. Let's find that map. Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly. Interesting. A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant...
Cortana to Captain Keyes.
The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. This ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've re-established contact, and then tell him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
Affirmative. Foehammer out.
Cortana to Echo 419. The Chief and I are topside, requesting pickup.
Roger. On my way.
Oh, come on, all that work.
Roger. On my way.
Ooh, that was deadly.
Roger. On my way.
Let's get moving. Foehammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked out.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana. This Pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Foehammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.
This is as far as I can go.
Roger that. We'll be able to find our way to the control center from here.
Good luck. Foehammer out.
Alrighty, well with that, I think that's where I'm going to end the stream for now, so thank you to everyone that came by and stopped by to watch. I shall talk to you all later. Be on the lookout tomorrow though, there will be a live stream for BioShock, so I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you.